Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5 as China. In the previous episode, I introduced our master plan for the world domination, or rather for the next step in our plan for the world domination. And this plan almost failed with the first comment when I was asked if I have enough iron for all the units that I want to build. Which is of course something I forgot to check completely when I was planning things, but luckily, we do have enough iron. We have 18 iron available, which will be more than enough for what we need. We are currently selling a lot of iron, but all these trades will end in time. So without any changes to the plan, we can continue with what we started in the previous episode. Today, I would like to get all the units that we need for the next war. Since we have 18 iron available, that puts a limit on the amount of ships and also cannons that we can get. And I've decided to get 6 cannons, or currently trebuchets, but they will become cannons as or when we research them. Cannons do need iron, so that's 6 iron gone for the siege units, which leaves us with 12 ships. Currently we are using 1 iron on longswordsmen, but longswordsmen upgrade into tercios that don't need iron. At least I think they don't need iron. Yeah, they don't need iron. So we can count with this 1 iron in the future as well, which means we can have 12 galleasses that will upgrade into frigates, and that will use all the iron we have available. And I don't think that we need iron for anything else than in the future, or if we do, we can easily get it here. There is 18 iron in this area, so this is quite an important area that I want to get early in the war. Initially, I thought I would just ignore this desert, maybe start the city here to make sure I can easily cross the sea. But when I noticed this iron here, I changed my plans and we'll start the city somewhere around here and then here to cover all of this. Once we raise all these cities, maybe I should start the city here so we can reach the jade. So 1 here, we can reach both the luxuries, and then here so we can reach the jade, marble, and all the iron. With that 1 city we'll also be able to reach the fish and the sheep as well. So this will be a pretty damn good city. But enough talking, let's start playing. We have a lot of work to do. First, maybe I should buy some of those units. Okay, can we buy the trebuchet here? 850. What's the price of the upgrade? That's not too bad. Okay, let's do it. Let's have all the units ready before we get the upgrade, so that then we can immediately upgrade everything and start the war. Cover 2 and definitely siege. The plan for our land armies is to create like 2 army groups, each with 3 cannons, so that we can attack 2 cities at the same time. I'll have to work on that a bit off camera, but we should have enough room on the map to just keep using 2 army groups at the same time. But what I'm looking for here, the galleass, and we can grab another one here. Okay, and these will have bombardment. Go. How does it look like around here? 8 turns for the lighthouse. How much would it cost us? 810. You know what? Let's do it. That should reduce the time to 1 turn. And that will be a lot of extra food from the sea tiles. And then I'll even buy the harbor. Okay, go there. Do our cities demand truffles? Did I just somehow accidentally sold all our truffles? Yep. I managed to sell all the truffles. So we have monopoly on the resource that we don't actually have right now. Okay, well at least it'll be easy to get the we love the Emperor's Day. All we need for that is one of those trades to end. And Beijing, what can we work here? I guess the farm. Can we get maybe some production somewhere? Well, we could maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe here. But on the other hand, I need to save up some money, so I'll just work the farm. It's quite decent. Incas, do you want the spices back? You do. And what if I add a horse to get a little bit more from this? 9 sounds good. Sure. We can sell our horses. We just have to make sure that we don't sell the iron. Later we will need the horses back as well for agribusiness. But that is quite some time until we get to that. Arena into probably forge, because the forge will give us the specialist slot. And next, we don't have enough money to do anything now. Oh, there is actually something I wanted to do. How expensive is this tile? Very expensive. I just want to block this island by extending the borders and to make sure that no one starts a city there. 45. New research agreement. Oh, hello. That will definitely help others to get closer to us tech-wise. And I really can't afford to sign any research agreements with them. When we check how far ahead we have 34 attacks. I think Mongolia is the second with 27 techs, so that we are 7 techs ahead. And if I start signing research treaties, we won't get almost anything, and for them it will be a massive boost. So yeah, until they get closer to us, we can't take advantage of research agreement. It would be just helping our enemies. Okay, now we have enough money to buy this tile. We should probably work it. Did we just finish the caravan? I think we just finished it. I think I'll send the caravan to Xi'an and grow it faster, because Xi'an has a huge potential with all the production around it. Or the other option would be sending him to Nanjing, which is maybe even more production. Yeah, I think Nanjing might be the better destination. We also could trade now with the Zulus. Or maybe check the yields. It's not that amazing. I would rather grow another city. So what is that? Nanjing. Here, plus 12 food. That is pretty decent. Yep. Okay, there is more iron. Let's finish this plantation. Well, for now we'll work this tile, but once we get that forge, I'll switch to it immediately. There is the lighthouse into harbor. Well, that's gonna take a while. Even if I buy it. What else can we do? Nothing. Just run out of money, surprisingly. Okay, here we are done, so let's get the desert improved. We can get the village there, so then we'll be able to actually work the tile. City connection and border growth here. This might be a useful tile. And here we are done with the garden. Okay, I'll save the synagogue for another city where it's more difficult to get production. Custom house for the culture. Or maybe a temple. Or we have 2 tiles with truffles here, and we are working both. It's just plus 2 gold. I'll get it anyway. Okay, next. We are very pleased to hear your recent proposal to the first Congress of Beijing. Okay, good. Extra science, that's always useful. There is a village. You're done with the bananas. Huh. Let's connect the road here. How fast are we growing? 14. Still 14. Okay, let's work the forest. Yeah, it's definitely better since we are getting a herbalist in 3 turns. How much money do we have? 1600. Is that enough for the harbor? Yep. This is quite important. Maybe I'll get the synagogue here. It will help with the crime a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. Next. Okay, he doesn't like our proposal. I have a feeling that he'll just break free after 150 turns. Hello, Panama. And we'll have to destroy him completely. I just hope that won't be able to start some stupid city in the polar region. By the way, speaking about cities in the polar region, Would it be possible to start the city somewhere so that it can reach all the fish? No, because it would have to be here. If it was possible, I would probably start the city. City with access to 5 fish would be actually decent. Since it's not possible, let's ignore it. Someone will settle that. It's probably this spot eventually, but whatever. And here is our garrison. Do we want to have a pikeman here? Oh, speaking about garrisons. We need a garrison here. And I think I'm gonna send the pikemen to Ulundi and instead use this Chukanu as the garrison. In case someone tries to attack us from this direction in the future, I want to have a ranch unit in the city, of course. I'm working on constabulary. I guess this tile will have to do for now. I need to upgrade all these tiles as soon as possible. There's so many workers and it's still not enough to keep everything improved. There's amphitheater into garden. No, not yet. Soon. Like, my guess is 100 turns. Then we declare the war. So this is something I don't like. Like, everyone is now friend with everyone. Even like Mongolia and Zulus, the usually two biggest warmongers, are friends now. Move somewhere north, doesn't really matter where exactly. These declarations of friendship are not actually such a big deal. The problem is, it's possible that defensive pacts develop from these declarations, and those would be a problem. There already is that one pact between Mongolia, Arabia, and I don't know who is the third one. I think Incas. That'll be very annoying, and if more pacts like that are created, we actually may have a problem. Because we are not ready to fight the whole world at the same time. What is this? Done with the herbalist. Can we get some easy production somewhere? No. Okay, let's go for workshop then. How much money do we have? Let's get the trebuchets out of the way. Global monopoly on Ember. I thought they already had this monopoly. Well, good for them. Oh, Cerro de Potosi. Who controls that one? Lhasa. Excuse me. What do you want? Barbarian encampment and destroy... What? Which barbarian encampment? Now go back. This barbarian encampment. Oh, hey. This might be worth doing. And... what is this island? I think I'll cancel the automation and scout this area. It's in the middle of the ocean. It's possible that no one discovered this. And I think we got a full bonus from discovering Lhasa, which means he might be the first one to meet them. Do we want to colonize this? I already see a decent city here. That would be crab, another deer, cattle, the iron, and it's 6 iron, fish, plus it would reach the Cerro de Potosi. I think I'll switch to another... how is it called? Pioneer. How long would it take? 7 turns? Can we get it faster somewhere? Not really. What about here? That's 10 turns. Okay, whatever, let's build them in London after the Artist Guild. And you, my friend, how can we get him there safely? I don't want to go around this barbarian camp. Send him north first, and then I'll manually maneuver him around all the barbarians. So what did we lose this time? Nothing. Oh, and there was something I wanted to try. First, let's get through all these notifications. William, and that's it, because I want to keep the iron. Okay, William, do you want that trade renewed? Perfume. And wasn't there something else? We should get 7. Okay, I can take that. So with the harbor finished, let's go for aqueduct to speed up the growth even more. Here we have garden. Let's get amphitheater. And what I wanted to do, let's start with the weaker people in case this doesn't work and they get mad because of it. I want to tell everyone to stop spying on me. We don't have any proof that everyone is spying on us, but I'm pretty sure they are. So I want to test if I can tell them to stop spying on me even though I don't have proof. Sure enough, he was spying on us. I wonder if there will be one Sith at least that is not spying on us right now. I think we already told her. Okay, so 100% success. I hope this actually works. I could do this like I'm not sure how long this lasts. It's like 30 turns before we get the option to tell them again. So if I do this every 30 turns, we may reduce the amount of spy operation conducted against us. But for some reason, I don't think they'll keep their word. And they'll just keep attacking us. Okay, how does it look like with our ships? We have 9, so we need 3 more. You want that iron? No. City demands incense. Yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. More barbarians. But no, actually, Incas are here. So when their Dromons can get here, it should be possible for their land units and settlers to follow them. I hope that we can make it in time. I would really like to get at least this one city. $28, 31. Let's get more production. Once we get another trade route, I think I'll start feeding Nanjing as well. And I think the last 3 galleasses can stay here. They all have cover in this lake. What? Go. Look at the amount of research agreements now. Makes me a bit nervous. Oh, we are already working the sheep, okay. And so much for the promise not spy against us. Too bad we don't know who did this, but it's in Gangzhou. That's the problem. Now they know Beijing has some basic defense against spies, so they just move their spies somewhere else. And 500 production, that's like a third of the constabulary. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, forge. Let's work that immediately. And the next... Let's get armory next. Here we are done with stable. Into garden. All the cities with the guilds really should get gardens as soon as possible. And for you, probably the temple. I should get some extra faith here and there. Okay, 2 more ships. Where is it? Here. Oh, synagogue needs 28 more faith. Okay, never mind. Next turn. That's actually a tile that probably should work. How does it look like with happiness? We don't have barracks. Let's get that quickly. That should help a bit. Barracks into forge, into stoneworks probably. I think I'll even queue it up that way. Barracks into forge, into stoneworks. Maybe then into market, into aqueduct. Wow. Seems that Incas also have pretty decent navy. Good for them. And the question of hygiene. As the popularity of bathing continues to rise, so too does demand. Citizens in your empire demand additional baths. However, elites and aristocrats protest this, stating that baths are a luxury. Your advisors need your input on this. How do you feel? This is an interesting event. So either we can get a great person of our choice, or +1 happiness in all cities. But this is very expensive, and we would have to build baths everywhere. Or aqueducts that we want to have everywhere anyway, get +1 culture. So this is how much. I'm not sure how many cities exactly we have right now. Let's say 15. 15 flat culture across the empire. It's not bad, but it's also not amazing. Well, if I get a great person and use it to create the great works, we will get also that plus, let's say 15 culture, not indefinitely, but for some time. Plus we'll get the food for some time on top of that, and forever the effect from the great works. So I think I'll take the great person and grab a musician. We'll wait until the industrial era so that we can take advantage of the bonus for as long as possible. Yep. Great musician. And he can wait here. Okay, the road is done. Let's get rid of these roads that we don't need. Or we don't need this road either. But maybe I will build a road here and here so that we can move units around easier. So I'll just repair this road. Let's start with that. No, it's fine. It looks like it was pillaged. Or that's odd. It looks like there is no road at all. Okay, whatever, let's just remove some of those roads that we don't need and we'll return to this one. And now we have enough money for that last galleass. Okay, go. Let's try to get to the next social policy today. This episode will be a bit longer, but I feel like playing. How's it possible this lumber mill is not finished? Well, let's fix that. Villas can stay. There will be a plantation. And what about you? We're gonna need a worker for this city. So let's send him there. You'll get the Trailblazer 2. I could just steal a worker here. Nah. You have enough workers, I would say. But again, we don't have enough tiles that we could work. Is there a cheap tile that we could just buy? 485 doesn't sound that bad. And that's extra production. Okay, let's do that. Perfume to Korea. So Korea. We want to renew the trade. Okay, you can have that horse. Go. Okay, so all the tiles currently available around London are ready. How long? 14. 14. Okay, let's send this guy to build the village. And what I want to do now, when we are finishing the last tiles, I want to leave one worker in every city, because quite often we are getting those events like floods and pestilence and stuff. So I want to have a worker available in every city that can immediately jump out of the city and repair all the destroyed improvements. This guy will go to... let's go to Shandong. Also, we need the mine there, so there's still work for him. Yeah, we need to grow. Let's prioritize the food for now. Could go for garden here as well. I want to start working the workshop as soon as possible. What else do we have? Or the constabulary, or even the customs house for the culture. Let's actually go with that. Let's get the culture. Next. Open borders. Nope. And stop asking. Dispersed. Did we just automatically... or did... oh, that was the scout. Dude, I don't want you to go there. I want you to go south. But this at least means that I can send the pikemen to this camp immediately. Okay, you'll stay in Tianjin. There is the pioneer. There is still the question of this city, if we want to do it or not, just to block these tiles. Well, this is definitely more important, so let's go there first. And more cities demand truffles. I have to remember that, and when we get, or when one of the truffle trades ends, I have to remember not to sell it. Let's get... how many jungle tiles are we working? 3. There are forests everywhere around here. Let's get the workshop. Okay, amphitheater in 2. baths in London. It's gonna be... That's a good question. Probably university. And one more turn to get the social policy. Checking the defensive pacts. Look at that. Ottomans, Arabia. Still no defensive pact for Carthage. That is important. Mongolia and Incas. This is scary. Attacking Arabia, that's gonna be a problem. Another defensive pact. Not that this one matters, but like everyone is trying to get some kind of defensive pacts. I wanted to take out Ottomans. They have last two cities, but yeah. Two defensive pacts make it a bit more difficult, and Shaka will be a vassal for a while. Okay, here we are done. So this guy can build me a farm around London. I'll wait in the city. Finish that lumber mill. Okay, I'll wait here. And now, policy. Next we go for rationalism. One of those things that are pretty much must have on Deity. So how much would it give us? 531, 617, so it was like 80. Let's check the timers now. 24:40. Let's say 55 turns for these. I'm trying to count those flat bonuses that we are getting. Plus, then we need this. Let's say 90 turns. Or if we get... How does it look like with great people? Great artists, great engineers, yeah, that will take a while. But I want to see great scientists. 17 turns. 28. This looks better. At least here. That should speed things up. The question is, can we get enough money? Because we will need like 30,000 for upgrades, maybe even more. Well, we don't have to buy anything anymore. So in the next episode, we'll just try to save up as much as possible and pray that the AIs don't steal everything. But for this episode, we are done. So as usual, I hope that you liked it. I hope that you're gonna join me for the next one again. And until then, have a good time. Bye-bye.